Hey guys, we're already in chapter 2 of terrorism. Chapter 2 is titled Practical Criminology, Radicalization, and Types of Terrorism. Uh, Now make sure that you read this chapter. Again, this isn't a bad chapter at all. Some of the chapters are a little bit complex, and I'll make sure that we review those extensively before you do things. But this one is pretty to the point. Make sure you read the chapter and look over every PowerPoint presentation and any information that's provided before you take the quiz. And again, if you have questions, even during a quiz, don't hesitate to call me. We can go over it together. A couple things I want to make sure you understand about this chapter is it discusses criminology, which is an entire study or course of its own. Criminology is a study of a criminal mind. It's more to do with why people commit crime than the crime itself. So terroristic acts have always been fascinating to criminologists and psychologists. And again, criminology is more of a social science study than a criminal justice study. So here they're applying why, or this chapter they're trying to apply theories to why terrorists commit those acts. A couple of things that I want you to understand. One of them, what's the difference between an ordinary criminal and a terrorist? So those aren't the same thing. I think a criminal, if a criminal becomes involved with a terroristic group, it's probably or typically because of money or something that benefits them. Just like a typical criminal steals things to benefit them. If a criminal gets involved with a terroristic group, it's not your typical terrorist. It's something that benefits that criminal. Usually a terrorist, the reasons that they want to be involved with criminal activity and terroristic acts is like sending a message to a government or organization. In their mind, it's owed to the government and it's needed to stop some type of mistreatment. This is how recruitment occurs also through radicalization. Radicalization is the changing of a person's accepted social behavior into terrorism. So something they take a person that's socially acceptable and their behavior is socially acceptable and they turn them into a terrorist. And most of the time it happens subtly. And many times the recruit is in a terroristic organization before they even know what happened. Their whole mindset has been altered. It's almost like some psychological trap that they play. One name that you'll hear mentioned a lot in criminology is Caesar Beccaria. Caesar Beccaria. He is considered the founding father of criminology, and many of his studies and theories can continue to be relevant today. So I think let me look at a couple of things here, and I think you'll be fine. Um, we know that terrorism is a social process. We know that. We discussed Caesar Beccaria, but there's not many questions on the quiz, so do that and your other assignments, and I think all will be good. I'll see you soon. Have a good long weekend. If you need me, call me.